This is to show you how to create a course in Perusall from Canvas. And this will enable the LTI tool so that students will be required to go to Perusall through Canvas, taking advantage of the Kerberos security, and it will allow the grades to flow from Perusall back to the gradebook in Canvas. So the way to do this is you first go to your dashboard and choose the course that you want to set up a reading assignment for in Perusall. I'm going to choose Mat Sci 400 because this is the one that I'm teaching next fall and I haven't set it up yet. So I'm going to click this and it will go to my empty page. It's unpublished, that's fine. And so the first thing I'm going to do, even before I set up my course, is just click on the Assignments tab right there. When I click on the Assignments tab, I like to make a group called Reading. So I'll type that in. And luckily it fixes my spelling. And then I make an assignment in Reading. And I'm going to call this just First. And I'm going to make this due for the beginning of my class, which will be probably the second day that we meet. I think it's the 6th. And I'll make this at the beginning of my class time, which is 10 o'clock a.m. and hit done. I make all of my assignments worth 10 points and it scales properly. I mean, I can make it 100, it doesn't matter. But now it's important to put more options. When you click more options, you'll see it has faithfully put in the title. It has given me a reading group points. I'm not going to count this first one towards the final grade because this is the one where I try to teach my students how to annotate. But here's the important part. You go to Submission, External Tool. Now this is brand new for Canvas at University of Michigan for the very first time since April. And it's really nice. So you click Find and you scroll through the list of tools until you see the one that's called Perusall. And you highlight it and hit Select. Now I like to load this tool in a new tab. And then I check to make sure that it's for everyone, September 6th, and that's when it's due. But it's going to be available now. So then I just hit, I don't think it matters because I haven't published my course, so I'll just hit Save. Now when it does this, this LTI tool is going to launch Perusall in the background and create a course for me called Mat Sci 400, the name of my course. Now I'm going to hit this load first in a new window. Now here's one gotcha. If you've used Perusall before, or if you have an instructor account, when you do this, you're going to get an error. That's okay. Get the error, go to your email, and you'll get an email from Perusall in about 2 or 3 minutes that says you've tried to create a course with an account that you already have. Would you like to merge these accounts? Click Yes. Then when you come back and click on that assignment, and I'll show you how that's done because I don't have to go to this if I go back to Assignments. So if that happens, you just go back to Assignments, like I just clicked. We're waiting. I go to Assignments, and I find the assignment that I had just made. There it is, and I click First. The second time you go through this, as long as you click the Merge button, now this will work. So load it in a new window. If you've never done it, it's just going to work first time. And it takes me right to Perusall. It says your course, Mat Sci 400 Fall 2018, has been created. And now you can start creating your course. The next thing that's important is you go to Course Setup and you go to Readings. Now, I don't have any readings, so let me go and put a reading in. So I'm going to go Add. I'm going to do a document from my computer. New to Perusall, you can now put a web page in. That's kind of cool. But I'm going to put a document from my computer. And I'm going to look at some of these things, and I thought that I had, here, I'll put this document, what Google learned about Teams. So choose that, and now it's uploading. And you might wonder, why does it take so long to upload? And the reason is, it actually already has uploaded the document, but now it's processing it because Perusall does some things underneath the hood to PDFs, and that makes it available for Perusall to use properly. And so you can see it takes a little bit of time, but we're actually done. I have to wait a few minutes for this to go. And so the next thing I would do, and I can't do it until it's downloaded, so we do have to wait. Then I'm going to make an assignment, and I'm going to show you the next most important thing. So far, we've gone to Canvas. We have created an assignment using the LTI tool. The first time you do it, it creates a course automatically for you in Perusall. Then you have to make very sure that the title in Canvas is exactly the same as the title of the assignment in Perusall. You should also try to keep your dates straight, although the dates in Perusall will be the ones respected, but you'll really confuse the students if you don't keep those assignment dates exactly the same. So it's almost done. While it's doing this, let's go up to the general settings. Notice the course name, and I just clicked up here, says it's whatever the name of my Canvas course was that ITS gave us. It knows that I'm at University of Michigan. It starts with post deadline reply window. This says don't allow responses for credit past the deadline. You don't have to do that. You can give them a few hours of leeway, and you can create a late annotation score, which allows them to only annotate the answers to other people's questions, which might be pedagogically good. That's another issue. How many assignments? So it's already set up. It's kind of cool. Back to readings. Now it's done. So let's make an assignment. So I highlight the document. 1 to 4, we'll just do one part. So again, this is going to be in September. So I'm going to make the deadline the 6th. And now these you can either go up or down, or if you click this, you get a very quick menu. So 10 o'clock, and then you click that, it's, whoops, I want AM. And assignment name. Now we had called it first. Let's call it something else. And this will put Team Dynamics. And how many annotations to grade? I'm going to use the course setting. Assigned to specific students. No, this is for everybody. And this is the only place where you can always make this assignment fully anonymous. I don't like doing this. I think it's important students know who each other so they can develop mutual respect for each other, but some faculty don't agree with that, and here's your option to make it anonymous. Students can always make themselves anonymous if they choose to. It's an opt-in. These are my settings. I hit Save Changes, and now notice it shows up over here. So how do I get the title? Even if I made a misspelling, it's got to be exactly the same, or it won't work. So you go over to this window assignments. I should also mention, if your window's closed too much, things disappear. You have to open your window all the way to see this panel. So make sure you do that. Highlight this, and this tab here, copy full title for LMS, for Learning Management System. Click that button. Now it's on my clipboard. I go back to Canvas. I go back to assignments, and I find my assignment because now it's not right. I click this button and go edit, and in the name I highlight it, and then I paste what I had copied from Perusall and hit save. Now it's going to work. Now if I click Team Dynamics, it says loaded in a new window, and it goes not to the top of Perusall, but it goes right to the assignment, and you can see it only has the first 4 pages, and now I can start making annotations. So if I do this, I can type in, why is it voluntary? And of course, if that's all you write, you are going to get a 0 for that. You have to say, is it because there was no other way to do it. If so, why didn't they use a lottery? Not that it makes any sense, but that'll probably score well. I hit return. Didn't do that well. I got a score of 1. Of course, I'm the only one who can see the score because I'm the instructor. And you can control that by either showing or not showing scores. But at any rate, it's going to take an hour before this flows back. If I go to my gradebook, you see I'm not in there as a student because I'm the instructor. So I can't really tell. I could go back to the course to the home page, and my course hasn't really started. So I'm not seeing, I don't have enough stuff there to show you how to pull more up. But anyway, the important thing is this is the right way to create a course that's attached to your LMS. Those of you who've done this in the past, there was a way to go in, and I'll show you where that would have been. You can go into settings, you can go into apps, view app configurations, and you'll notice that everything here is locked down. And there is a Perusall one, but this just showed up. In the old days, you had to add an app, and then you had to go through, you had to find the shared secret, you had to learn the launch URL, you had to put in the consumer key, you had to make this public, all of this junk. Then you created a tool, but this route you had to first create the course in Perusall and then use the appropriate launch URL in this app. No longer. So forget all that. Don't do that. Just use the Perusall tool that's already written for you and make the first assignment you make, and it doesn't even matter what you call it, you will create this course in Perusall. So that's it. Hope that helps.